folks, welcome back to an episode of the Liverpool playthrough series. Now, before we get going, we've got an international break, and let me tell you as well, there's not been a few videos for a few days. I've been away, had a funeral. You might have remembered what happened before. Okay, you basically get it. So yeah, there's not been a few videos. We're going to be back on it though, 2 videos a day, starting with this one on the Monday, and yeah, keep a lookout. 11 PM, 5 PM every day, road trip in this. Keep a lookout. Now they're on a good run of form recently. Things have turned around. If you look at our early season form, a lot of criticism came in. Luckily, we seem to have turned it around a little bit. Not really convincing, it must be said. And the game against West Brom is to come later today. As you can see, that's on the 19th. We currently sit on the 5th of November. We're going to go through, remember, the 5th of November, gunpowder, treason, and I would try and rhyme a player name here, but I can't. Emre Can is going to be absent for that game, and Sadio Mane is going to be injured. So we're going to have to change things around. But of course, with the international break, lots of injuries can happen, lots of things can change, so we'll see how that goes. But in the meantime, while we continue forward through this, I'm going to answer a few questions while I sit here and continue forward. I've been asking for them this time on Twitter. Of course, if you've got any more questions you want to ask, do leave them in the comment section down below. There's actually still a few more I've got, but these are the ones we're going to pick for today. We'll start off then with this first question. It comes from Matt on Twitter. Thank you, Matt. Yeah, so your favourite ever series that you've recorded on the channel, and then follows that up with, is there a team you'd like to use for a series in the future? Which is a good question. Some people that have watched the stream that I do on Twitch will know that there's an order in which I probably rate my series in terms of how much enjoyment I've got from them. I think Parma always is going to come relatively high up on that, which is going to increase the intensity we train at, by the way, because there's no games, of course, for those players that are staying here. Lallana's out with a bruised head, gone off to England, and yeah, great. So yeah, there's a bit of an order that it goes in. I wouldn't say any of my first sort of 4 series were my favourite. Like, they were fun. Like, I'll probably include Swindon in that for those that saw it. My favourite one probably goes to Parma. Not many people will be surprised by that. It was the first series that I felt like I had the chance to be creative, and people seemed to really like it. And I want to go back and do a similar thing again with a team of a similar stature, probably after road trip. Actually, I think that's probably the way we'll go with that. Like you've asked, is there a team you'd like to use for a series in the future? It kind of depends on where we end up in road trip. Of course, we've been to a few countries so far. We're currently in Germany, so that's the kind of place where I'll avoid. We've spent quite a long time in Germany. England's always an interesting one. It's whether you go to England now or you wait until the next game. Of course, I'm doing a Liverpool save now. Not sort of my traditional series, but I'm doing a Liverpool save at the moment, which I'm really enjoying. And of course, I've done Liverpool before as well. So I'll probably put Parma on top. Salford doesn't come too far behind, though, I have to say. For me, though, Salford went on a little bit long. Like it went on longer than I ever anticipated, and while I still enjoyed doing it and it was good fun, it just, I don't know, I felt like there was a point in which I thought we would be successful and we weren't, and then I had to keep playing. And where with Parma it finished like perfectly, really, really succinctly, and I was quite fortunate in that regard, and we didn't quite get that with Salford. And I'm enjoying Road Trip. Road Trip's very different though. Style in which I'm managing, like the way I produce videos is very different as well. At least from like a behind the scenes standpoint, because I'm with different teams, there isn't sort of, the ongoing story is kind of me, which is weird because I felt like before the ongoing story has always been the teams I've managed. Actually, I think I probably prefer that. Like now I've done it, now I've done over 50 episodes and whatnot, and you can, like, I would never have known. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of the sort of thing where you have to try something to see how it goes down with other people that watch and how I like it as a creator. And I think I can say now that I probably prefer doing one team in sort of a road to glory with that team, see where we can get to, rather than the dipping around going to different clubs. So yeah, I'd probably go with that one. I'd probably say Parma, Salford, then probably road trip. Actually, I quite enjoyed PSG. Now I mention it, I mean, that was just different, having to sell everyone. And I'm enjoying this as well. This might come like a close third now. We'll see where this ends up, but I enjoy this one. Before we carry on, let's do one more question. By the way, in terms of a team I'd like to do a future series with, I think AC Milan have always tempted me. That might be the team we do after Liverpool. If we continue to do a series like this, so I'll let you decide at the end if you want to see more of this sort of thing. But AC Milan have always interested me, and I get asked to do Bilbao a lot, and I think purely for being asked a lot, I'm interested in them as well, but we'll see. The second question is from Tota on Twitter. Thanks for your question. And that was kind of, what kind of series would you like to do after Road Trip on FM17 or eventually for FM18? And I think, just to sort of reiterate what I said, I really want to do a series which sticks at a club. I don't know how low down though. Like Salford was pretty low down, and that is fun, and it's quite nice to see players come through from the bottom, then you build your way up. So I think that kind of save again is something I would quite like to do. Whether I do it in England, like I purposely haven't done it this year, let's put it that way. I purposely haven't done like a lower league English save this year because I might want to do it next year. I do think they're really good fun. So we'll see. And let me know, comment section, what would you like to see me take on? Don't just say a team name that you support. Say like what you think would be a fun watch. I think lower league in England, while people have seen it before, they are equally the most fun to play and watch. So I don't know, we'll see, I guess. But thank you for your questions, and again, leave some more for me in the old comment section. Now we've gone through quite a lot. Oh, good. As we get to good. Right then. Well, as we get ever closer to the game, Coutinho and Coutinho and Henderson are out injured, as is Sayed as well. Emre Can, of course. Oh, he's now injured. He was suspended, now injured, so double whammy for him. And Mane has also picked up an injury. Well, has also been already injured. So that's good. As we go into this game against West Brom, everyone's injured. Hopefully they've got a few injuries as well, just to even it out. Not because I've got a vendetta against West Brom. Well, Lallana scored, though, which is interesting, for England. So he's fit, ready to go. In terms of fitness, I think we should be okay. Apparently, Keita should come in, but after his goal in the internationals, his only goal, I should say, for England, Lallana might get the start today, especially with Coutinho being out. There's quite a few little bits here we can go through with like the tactical advice summary. I don't know if there's anything I would change. I think against West Brom, like we've been in really good form, playing what we've been playing. I think it'd be foolish to change it while it's going well. It's the kind of advice I'll take on board if it's not going so well. Press conference then. There's been a large swell of support from the fans for your eye-catching passing style. Hello. I certainly hope that's something we can continue to do. Get a balance between attacking and possession. Leicester, the surprise story of the Premier League so far this season for all the wrong reasons. I don't really have anything to say on Leicester. And how do you think Joel Matip will react, to the current media interest in his performance? I actually think all the attention will give Joel's confidence a boost. I don't know what they're... Okay, Carragher has bigged him up. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate that. Who do you see the favourite for the European Golden Boy? We haven't got anyone involved in this, have we? Should we just go with Dele Alli because he's English? I think we will. I maybe should be trying to attract the attention of another European starlet, but we'll go with Dele Alli. And Tony Pulis has got a reputation for playing a more favoured direct style. At least it's honest to real life. He's a bit of a dinosaur in terms of football. There we are, I've said it. And of course, Liverpool played West Brom this weekend and spoilers beat them. So hopefully we can do that again today. I don't see it being an issue. In fact, it has allowed us to be extra prepared for the fixture. That's to do with the break we've had. And I think we'll talk well about the break because there's nothing we can do about it. As another save comes in, good, it's like Simon Mignolet with the amount of saves that's going on. Who actually, I should say, has performed pretty well for me in this save. Again, has come into form. Karius has done relatively well in the cup games he's played, but yeah, Mignolet's done a good enough job. So you've got to be pretty pleased with that, I think. Next episode, we're probably going to do a double game. We'll either do... Well, actually, I think we might leave Chelsea on its own and then do Arsenal-Norwich together. I think that's what we might do. Yeah, we'll do that instead, I think, because I think that makes a little bit more sense in terms of time. So West Brom today, hopefully we've got a team fit enough to play. A few injury concerns out there, though, as the days have ticked by. And in fact, have our players come back from injury, or are they still out? Okay, this is great then. Oh, that looks... okay then. Right, well, this gets interesting. And without the main man, Jordan Henderson, I spoke very highly of him last episode. If you haven't seen it, I go for sort of his contribution in terms of passing. Him and Emre Can both missing today. So some changes are going to need to happen. I think Milner and Wijnaldum are going to have to come in the centre. Although I'm very tempted to play like a player like Pastore in there. I don't know. I guess we've brought Pastore in to get our money's worth. We'll probably have to play him instead of Coutinho on the right side. Now this is where it becomes a little bit interesting. I think probably Keita comes in on that right side, and at left back we're going to have to bring in Moreno, which isn't ideal for us. I mean, the option is, if you don't play Moreno, we play Milner there. But I think Moreno probably makes the most amount of sense or bring Grujic on the bench as we need the central midfielders. I mean, there's an option here to play Lucas actually as well. Yeah, we'll play Lucas instead of Ojo, and we can have Origi as our option in wide areas if needs be. Okay, so this is what it looks like we're playing. In fact, we're going to change this round. We're going to have Keita play as the winger on the left and Lallana as the inside forward on the right. Pastore behind Firmino. Slightly different look to the team then. Pastore's not really had that much game time either. Again, the argument kind of remains, do we play Lovren over Klavan? Fitness-wise, probably not. Fitness-wise as well, actually, we look pretty good. Considering we've had a 2-week break, I know a lot of these guys will have had international commitments as well. But we look okay. Standard fluid to kick things off then. Instructions, as a reminder, we're looking for the overlap. We're exploiting both flanks and retaining possession at the same time while playing a fairly wide system. Of course, because that sort of suits really our play with the wing-backs pushing on. And 2 wide players. So submit the team. Let's get involved. Let's get into it. and hopefully come out of this with a win. That's always the name of the game in football, to come out with a win. Now, West Brom, I think we're at home in this game rather than the real-life away fixture that's just taken place. If you're in the future, sorry that we're so behind. But yeah, it's just happened. And you can see from the league table as well, by the way, Arsenal top of the table, Spurs behind them, as has been... that's been the way it's been, hasn't it, for a long time? Not this year. United in third, Bournemouth up in fourth, with Watford and Southampton in between us as well. Chelsea below us at the moment, as are Manchester City and Everton down in 14th. So there's a chance here maybe to gain a little bit of ground on the teams above us if we can do the job against West Brom. Rondon's going to start up front. Chadley, Phillips, Fletcher and Morrison across the middle with Jakob as sort of their insurance policy. Jonas Olsen, a player I think we could probably get at. Not the quickest these days. Defensively and mentally very good, but again, pace, not a strong suit. Neither McCordley either, which is interesting because it might mean the arrival of Divock Origi quite soon if we feel like we can get in behind against what is quite a slow West Brom back line. So the team talk seems to be going okay for now. We're going to get passionate. I have faith in you. Go out there and make the difference. They all seem relatively happy about that. And let's see how we get on then. It's in 3D. The teams are in the tunnel. This is a different little thing to look at. They're out of the tunnel. That was quick. It's like a magic trick gone wrong. Right then. West Brom warming up. We look ready and at it. There's me in my red tie over there. Oh, I'm excited. Love this. Right then. Let's see how we get on. Firmino gets things underway, and it's Liverpool versus West Bromwich Albion at Anfield. And we're so far on a 5-game win streak. A bit of a longer unbeaten streak, but a 5-game win streak. Can we do the business once again against a side in the Premier League? Things have turned around for Liverpool in recent weeks. Can we continue it today after the international break? With 2.5 minutes gone, Matt Phillips comes forward, shot on goal. Simon Mignolet gathers very, very easily and keeps his clean sheet for now. I mean, 2 minutes in, you'd hope you'd be able to, wouldn't you? Our defence has got a bit of an issue at the back. Fitness-wise, we're not great, but I'm hoping that West Brom are probably in a similar situation with all the internationals going on. As Firmino, it's fired up to him. I mean, what has gone on there? James Morrison runs through as he gets a shot off on goal. Mignolet again with a comfortable save, but we've just sort of given him the ball in the middle of the pitch. James Milner is the key for me today. Of course, comes in to replace Henderson that I've raved about. We'll check in at half-time to see how much of his passing game is affecting the game overall in comparison to Henderson, who, of course, last time out was doing a lot of work. We're on standard fluid, and so far, very little is happening as the ball's lofted towards the back post. Chadley gets up. Rondon's there. Rondon finishes it off, and it's a bit of a calamity, let's face it. It's very, very direct from West Brom, which, I mean, you probably do expect, but we've dealt with it. Rondon's very happy. We've dealt with it abysmally. Possession-wise, we're looking good. The ball to the back post then. Chadley gets up ahead of Klein. Milner, is it Moreno at the back post, doing absolutely nothing. No one's picking up Rondon, and it's 1-0 then to West Brom. Not a good start to proceedings, and we're not going to waste any more time. We're going to go attack him. We're going to try and get at them. I mean, he stood very far offside there as we created a wall for that free kick, which seems a little bit needless, I have to say, as Fletcher now plays in Matt Phillips. And we look at 6s and 7s here, positionally all over the place. Rondon at the front post. I mean, we'll look at this coming in again. I don't know why anyone is where they are. I almost want to go back to the free kick and watch this in the behind goal low angle. Right, let's take this back a little bit. So as this free kick is about to be taken, I mean, we're playing that is an extraordinarily high line, considering where Rondon is. As the kick is taken, we've got 2 men, Milner and is it Wijnaldum, I assume it is, in the wall. Clavan's over here, marking nobody, by the way. These 4 players, I mean, work that out for a minute. We've got Klein out here as well, if we just minimise this quickly. Klein out here, marking little to no one. I mean, there's someone out on this right side, I think. Then there's nobody here apart from Moreno, who's marking one guy. As the ball's played then, into Olsen, and all of a sudden, there's a 4v1 situation. I was going to be very critical of Moreno, but in fact, really, it's the positioning of everybody else. All of a sudden then, Clavan is a maniac. Clavan is trying to, close down for some reason. Suddenly, he becomes the left-back. Moreno gets sucked in. You've got Keita doing nothing out on that left-hand side. Phillips there makes his way down, and as the ball's put into the middle there, you've got Moreno, no man's land, Clavan in no man's land. Matip's not really close enough to Rondon, and it's quite an easy finish. Now, it all comes from the free kick, and I don't really know why it's happening or why it's happened. One of those things, I guess, but just questionable from everyone in the back line there. Clavan especially, who, frankly, I might take off for Lovren at this point, or even Gomez. In fact, let's just get him off for Lovren. Why not? Lovren's got about the similar fitness. We might as well get him out for the second half, as I frankly trust him more. In the middle, Oh, I don't really like James Milner in this system, for whatever reason. Let's see how his passing's going so far. Liverpool stats then, passes completed. Milner's completed 54 of 65, which is all right, but it's, again, and Ronaldo next to him's doing an okay job. I just don't think he's very creative. I don't want to say he's a boring footballer, because that's very sort of stereotypical, isn't it? But I'm going to make the change in there. I'm going to bring Grujic on for Milner, and I'm going to change these two round. We changed it at the start of the game. I don't think it's worked particularly well. We're going to get Keita out there as a winger on the right-hand side. In fact, no, I'm going to stick with that. And I might even, do you know what, we might make a triple change here. Because of the lack of pace up front, Firmino's barely in the game. Let's bring Origi on. It's a huge triple change at half-time. This is so risky, but it's not worked. I've got it wrong. The triple change comes in. Probably should have been a double change. We probably shouldn't have taken off Klavan, but I don't know. I've gone for a mass change. Let's see if we can change things up now and get ourselves at least a goal. I mean, we're on attacking here. It's not working so far. I guess counter-attack. Bring West Brom out. Try and get a ball over the top to Origi and make something happen. I mean, we've got half an hour to go in the game. It's not going very well. We're going to go slightly more direct, not exploit the flanks as much. Go more direct and see if something can come from it. We've got a corner kick. Pastore puts the ball towards the back post. Well, we've got up. It's handled on the line, surely, by that defender. Or Matt Phillips. I don't know. Slow motion replays would be all over that, I think. Another corner's going to come in. It's Pastore again on this right side. Puts it towards the front post. Lovren doesn't get anything on it. And then Liverpool brings it away for West Brom, who I assume has come on as a substitute. 20 minutes to go as Keita nips in, gets it, plays it to Pastore. Grujic on it now. Back into Keita and Pastore on this right-hand side. First time I've seen anything which looks like an attack. It's not very good. Ben Foster claims it very, very easily. And with not long to go at all, 20 minutes, well, 15 minutes to go, we're going to go back on the attack, I guess. You can't really sit on the counters. I can hope they come out. They just sit back at this point. It's not a good game from us. It's poor. We've seen performances like this before. I dare say, and I kind of said this on, I do a podcast, some of you might be aware of, called ForTheFans. And I said, without our best players, Liverpool's team isn't really that good. And we've kind of seen that without our best players, we're not that good. Moreno puts a ball in, cleared as far as Grujic, who plays it back out to Moreno. His delivery's not bad. Ball played in. Macaulay heads it away. Chris Brunt nods it on. Liverpool just aren't that good. No Henderson, no Mane, no Coutinho. And we don't look our usual selves. Origi's got it now. Edge of the area, into Keita. Pulls it back. This is lovely passing stuff, but we're not really having a shot. Grujic finally unloads and it hits the back of the net. Well, there we are then. 2-1. Time to go here. Liverpool back in the game. Marco Grujic, second half substitute, gets his goal. He's running like a rugby winger down the line, back to the centre circle. Grujic then, really good strike. We've seen it from Emre Can. We've now seen it from Grujic. Those two could be a future Liverpool partnership. But yeah, we've got a little bit of time now. Can we find that final goal? I'm not going to change things all that much, actually. We're going to keep things as are. Actually, we're going to take... I don't know. I'm debating just working it into the box. We'll pump it longer. Origi's not short, so we'll try and use his aerial prowess. There's another highlight. Ben Foster, he's got a big old kick on him. Fires it up towards the halfway line. Matip gets up highest. Macaulay heads on. And now this is where we're going to have to try and be at our best. Pastore into Lallana. Can we salvage a draw from the jaws of defeat as Alberto Moreno is really pushed up on that left-hand side? Ball played in. Origi's there. Header on goal. Oh, it finds the back of the net. Origi with the equaliser. Ben Foster can't keep it out. Gets his head on goal. The triple change was a risk, but I dare say that risk has worked out. Holy smokes. 88 minutes on the clock. There's a question now. Can we even push for a winner? Alberto Moreno, defensively questionable, but attacking. Great ball in. Wonderful header from Origi. Gets up beautifully. Heads it in that front post. Celebrates wildly as well. Is there going to be a final twist in this game? I think that might be it. And while a 2-2 draw, I think Liverpool celebrated a 2-2 draw quite emphatically once. While a 2-2 draw isn't that good on paper, I think we'll take it in this game. We've done brilliantly to come back and get a draw. They aren't happy with that, considering they've drawn against West Brom. First half was abysmal. It's another draw on our record, 6 for the season, the most in the league. I mean, I've just noticed their run-on scored in the 34th and 35th minute. I didn't even notice that at the time. 2-2. I guess we'll take it. It's not great, but how can we complain after being so many goals down? We're now 9 matches unbeaten. We've got a game tomorrow then, coming up against Chelsea. If you're looking forward to that one, do leave a like on the video. And if you enjoyed this video as a whole, drop a like too. If you want to see more, subscribe to the channel. There'll be some more videos out this week then. Keep an eye out for them. And we love with care. From Until next time, I'll see you again very, very soon. Goodbye. That was alright, wasn't it? No, not a bad comeback. Oh, a bit too good, if anything. A bit annoying.